friends, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you for coming. I hope that this video finds you well and that the other content on my channel finds you well. And if you are a returning subscriber, first of all, let me say thank you, because I have grown so many new friends in the last couple weeks that I'm just overjoyed, and I'm super thankful for all of you, and I just can't thank you enough. Today's video, I hope that it benefits you some way, shape, or form, and I hope that you've already checked out my previous videos regarding credit, money saving tips, and even side hustles that can help you get to the point that I'm at today, I guess. I will be giving you guys a free and personal car tour of my brand new 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It is fully loaded with a lot of stuff, and I waited until today to do this car tour because I got my windows tinted. So my car, I named her Stormy. Well, I named her Storm, but Stormy just keeps rolling off the tongue, so you can call her either or. I can't wait to show you guys some of the cool things about this car. Let me put this disclaimer out there. I'm not a car professional. I am not, you know, a geek in this, you know, field in any way, shape, or form. I just know a few things that are beneficial to me about the car and that I really love, and that, you know, other people might like as well. I'm so thankful to God for affording me this blessing, because it is definitely a huge upgrade for me, and the things that come in this vehicle I didn't even know, you know, were a thing. And I never saw myself driving a Jeep ever, but now I find myself saying me and my Jeep. So I love my car, I love my Jeep, and I hope you guys love it too. So yeah, like I said, I'm not like a super car enthusiast, but I will show you the things that I think are benefits of having this vehicle and this package that I have in this car, because it's not the base model. I will point those things out to you, and I'll give you a little tour, and if you stick around long enough, then I will give you some tips about what you can do to walk into a car dealership, get approved, and drive home in a new whip. So let's go. All right, so here she is. Got the windows tinted. I did get the chrome finishings. Alright, so first things first is I'm going to show you guys, here we've got the steering wheel. So I did get the one with the leather interior. You've got some controls here, obviously your phone controls, control the things that are on the dash and whatnot. And then cruise control settings. This vehicle is a push to start. So granted, only downside about her that I wish was different was when you get out of the car, it doesn't automatically lock. My other car, I was used to it automatically locking, and this one does not. So moving over here, we've got the screen. I don't know the measurements of this screen, but yeah, sorry. So this screen does have a lot more features than the base model. The base model screen, first of all, is like half this size. So this one has lots of different controls. Obviously, you've got your media control, climate, and where this one, you can have heated steering wheel and heated seats. So I love that. Granted, we're kind of leaving the winter season, but that heated steering wheel, I got to experience it for like a day or two. It's freaking amazing. So I really love that. And then you've got your controls down here, the auto start stop button. If you don't know what that is, that's where you stop at a light, your car shuts off to kind of save gas, I guess. You can turn that off. Some people don't like that. I personally don't mind it. The eco button, and then the sport mode. Ooh, honey, sport mode. It's dangerous giving me a car that has sport mode. So this car is like 2 times the horsepower of my last car, and then when you turn sport mode on, it kind of gives the car extra push, and it doesn't hesitate when you put your foot on the gas, and it just kind of like takes off. So I love that. When you turn sport mode on, eco mode goes off, because obviously you're not going to be saving any gas with sport mode. You've got some USB ports down there. There's 2. Obviously I keep my hand sand. So also on this screen, you've got this app button. So you can do CarPlay as well. Hold on, let me go here. So you've got CarPlay where you connect your phone by the cord, and all of your phone stuff pops up here. So you can listen to whatever or do whatever on your screen, navigate. Although the car does come with navigation, you can do navigation on CarPlay. Okay, so here, under that apps tab, there are different things here. So we've got this travel link button where it shows you like nearby gas prices. You can even see like what's playing at the movie theaters. So we've got all these different movie theaters here. Your sports, weather, all that good stuff. Off-road pages, if that is something that, if you got a Jeep for like the, the real reason to get a Jeep, which is, to take it off-road, you've got this tab, which it's got some settings that I don't really know much about, but they seem pretty cool and pretty interesting. So if you're one of those type of people, then this will probably interest you, knowing the specs and things on your car. Now this tab actually will probably relate to normal people, not normal people, like people like myself, like your oil temperature, your battery voltage and things like that. These could be helpful for like an everyday use, not so much like off-road use. Only thing that I did do so far is I did let my Jeep curb check some curbs out here, and I barely even felt it. So that is a plus. I am digging that. Oh, by the way, we also got the wood grain here, which they say it's like wood, but we know that it's not. So this has like two levers. There's one here, and it opens the top, which I just got some pens in there. And then you press the bigger one, and it opens the bottom. And I got my wipes in there. I stay clean around here. And y'all see Bay over there, my water. I should put a seatbelt on her. And the back seat, pretty spacious. I did get the Alcantara leather, I believe it's called, where it's like leather and then cloth in the middle. But I do love this leather. I may not love it in the summertime if it gets hot, but it's fine. Now my windows are tinted, so I can't roll that down and show you that. That's why the tape is over it, but it does help me to not touch it. Also, I got this super cool car mount from Five and Below. You just stick it into the vent, and then you put the magnet that comes with it inside your phone case, so it's in the back of my phone case, and it just stick your phone up there. Love it. And you can't even see the car mount, so it's not like super bulky and in the way. This model also does have a sunroof, so she's up there. Obviously you guys know how sunroof works, but here's our controls. You can vent it, or you can fully pull that boy back. Really, that's like all I can think of inside. If you have any knowledge about this truck, or if you have this truck and there's any cool features about it that you know about that I haven't mentioned, let me know, because I like finding things out about my car. I know it does so much stuff and it's so capable of so many things that I'm not even familiar with, but like I said, if you are an enthusiast and you know more than me, put your girl on. Okay, so if you've made it this far, then you've already seen the car, and I want to just help you guys out with just a few tips on my experience at going to car dealerships and the advice that I can give you to also walk into a dealership and drive home in a brand new whip. This is my third car in my name. My very first one when I was brand new to building credit, and I didn't have bad credit, but I didn't have enough credit. So that one did have my mom co-sign. Then I got a brand new Equinox after that, and that was completely in my name. And now I have my Jeep, and that is completely in my name also. I am 23 for the record. I'll be 24 in September, and this is a lease. Now, let me clarify that I personally do not really see a benefit in buying or financing a car over leasing a car at, like, in my life, my situation, my age. For one, leasing is just Leasing is more beneficial for me because of so many reasons. For one, the payment is lower. For two, if anything is to happen with this car that is not my fault, like if there are any system errors, any issues like that comes up on the screen, any lights come on, I just take this bad boy to the dealership. This is their car. They are going to fix it. This is nothing but, a lease is nothing but a glorified rental. Like, you have a rental for 3 years, 2 to 3 years. But if there are just like normal things that just arise with the car, that is not on you. The dealership will take care of that for you if you did not know. Also with Jeep, my first 2 years of oil changes are covered. So I only have 1 year where I have to pay for an oil change. You get an oil change every 6 months or every 6,000 miles. So that's only 2 oil changes that I'll have to pay for, which I don't have to pay for them for another 2 years. I don't see why anybody wouldn't want that. Also, when you are financing a car, literally the value of the car drops as soon as you leave the car lot. Think I'm lying, think I'm playing, ask anybody, ask any salesperson. If you bought a car and you decided you didn't want it and you want to return it, it's gonna be the hardest thing ever for you, because for one, getting out of that financing loan, and for two, that car is not worth the same thing it was when you got it. Literally, I kid you not. If you take it back the next day, thousands of dollars are gone. Boom, just like that. The only car company I think that kind of gets past that hump is like Carvana, because I think they actually have like a return guarantee or something. But yeah, if you just like finance through your bank or whatever, it's not going to be that easy. So how can you go into the dealership and get you a brand new lease, because that is what I have, that's what I can speak from, that, you know, works for you and that you're proud of and that, you know, isn't overheating on you, breaking down. Let me tell y'all something. I came a long way. My friends used to remember my red Ford Focus that I had. It used to overheat. It wouldn't go past 40 miles an hour sometimes. One time, it was just driving so weird that when I finally got it to the dealership, he's like, I have no idea how you even made it here. Your brake line is like almost completely gone, like completely just bad. I don't even know how you've been driving. So that terrified me. And then my final straw was when I literally drove it till the wheels fell off. Like, my tires blew and I had to replace all 4 tires, and it was so much money to replace those 4 tires. I was like, there's no way I'm putting more money into this car. It's time to upgrade. And granted, I was grateful for that car because it was my first car that my mom gave me when I was in high school. We had some memories, but it was time to be a big girl and upgrade, and that is when I got my first 2016 Cruze with Chevy, and here we are today. So if it's possible for me back then at 18 years old, it's definitely possible for you. I know you can do this. Now, the advice that I can give to you, it really boils down to 3 things. Number 1 is confidence. Period. You cannot walk into no dealership and be a pushover. You have to walk in there confident and bold and know that you are going to get what you want. Period. Never be afraid to negotiate, okay? Never be afraid to negotiate. Confidence and negotiating go hand in hand. If you don't have confidence, you're going to be afraid to negotiate. It's almost inevitable. And if you are afraid of doing that, or if you're shy, you've got a little bit of anxiety, take somebody with you who you know can speak up on your behalf and make sure that you get the best deal for this car. Definitely take somebody with you, because that is where you really, like, the car you want is there, but can you afford it? So if you can be able to talk this price down, which is possible, let me be the first to tell you, like, an insider secret. Every dealership can work a number. Every car dealership can work that number down to be in your price range, because there's nothing worse than a salesperson having a ready, willing, and able client in front of them and they can't close it. So they're gonna do what they can to keep you from walking. So never be afraid to negotiate and speak up for yourself. That's number 1. Number 2, I'm sorry, you're gonna be mad at me for this one. You've gotta have the credit. Now, like I said, make sure you go back and watch my video about credit, if you've got bad credit or no credit. Unfortunately, these 3 numbers are gonna follow you for the rest of your life. They dictate if you can live the life that you want with no limits, and there's no way around it. Like, unfortunately, you've gotta have the credit. So just make sure you watch my video about credit, but If you walk in and you've got at least a credit of a 650 to a 700, depending on the dealership you're going to, you have really great chances of getting approved. Granted, if your credit's a little lower, then you can still get approved. You're obviously not gonna be tier 1, but you can still get approved, which would lead me to number 3, is, do you have the funds? Now, like I mentioned earlier, make sure you go and see my video about saving and side hustles if you need to prepare your funds. Having the funds can back you up when you don't have the perfect credit. Now, if you have some extra savings, which I know a lot of people got stimulus checks, a lot of people are taking advantage of these side hustles, a lot of people are out here grinding, so a lot of people do have the extra money. If you've got extra money, do not be afraid to use that to your leverage. Now, here's another secret. If you do have money that you are taking to the dealership and you're like, I know I'm walking out of here with a car because I've got all this liquid cash that I'm ready to give them, do not tell them how much money you have to spend. That is another tip. Don't tell that sales associate how much money you have to spend, because they're gonna max it out. Period. They're not gonna be afraid to max it out because they know what you can afford. You start low. So if you've got $2,500 to put down that day, you tell them, you have them start running you numbers on if you put 1,000 down. And let's say you put 1,000 down, because technically you can get a car with no money down. Like, obviously you get the lower payment the more money you take off of the sales price. But if you say, I've got $1,000 and that's all I can afford to put down, and they give you a number and you're not too happy with that number, every $1,000 you put down will bring your car note down $25. Give or take. That's common around most dealerships. Another secret, that's what happens when your boyfriend used to work at a car dealership. But yes, every $1,000 that you're able to put down can reduce your car note by $25. So if you get your first number, that you guys are talking numbers and prices, and they say, we can get you this brand new 2021 car for $350 a month, and that's not bad, you're like, okay, I like that number. But if we can go down a little bit, I will give you $1,000 down today. All right, now you're negotiating. So you've given them $1,000. Now they can get you down to $325. Sounds a lot better than $350 when we think about it per month. That $25 a month is gonna be your gas money. Also, don't forget to budget your insurance money. Just because you have the money to afford the car, can you afford the insurance? The entire thing is going to be an expense, not just the car, not just the insurance, but also gas and maintenance. So also keep that in mind. Yes, the monthly payment may sound appealing, but does it fit with everything else? So yes, always start low. Walk in there with what you want to pay. And if you've got wiggle room to keep offering them a little bit more to bring your price down, then do so. But if you can get them to start talking your price down without you giving away all your goods, it's a win-win. So definitely be confident about what you're talking about. You have to be bold, and you have to not allow anybody to walk all over you. You are the prize here. Just because they have the vehicle, you are still the important piece to this puzzle. They need you to make their commission, to make their sales goals. They need you to make their numbers, to get them good surveys. Sales associates need you. Okay, they may say otherwise, but they do need you in this situation. So remember, be bold and confident. Make sure you got some credit in line, and make sure you've got some funds to put down so that you can walk in with as much buying power as possible. It's time to start normalizing luxury in our life. However you have to get it, work hard for it, and don't let anybody take it away from you because you earned it. Okay, I love you guys, and I'm super happy to share this with you all, and I'm hoping to hear back that maybe you all have possibly gotten it approved for a new car as well. I believe in you and all that you do. You got this.